Hi, and welcome back to Everybody's Garage. We got a kind of a chilly day out here in November. It's just a little bit past Thanksgiving. I went ahead and did me scored me some new mowers that I didn't really need, but we had to have them. You know how that is. Anyway, first off, we have a 1970s something missing the original engine. This is a Jacobson. It's called a turbo vent. You want to notice along the deck we got holes all going along the deck here. This is some type of ventilation system that Jacobson used in the earlier years. Supposedly it's going to be some great, fantastic mower and everything. Does not have the original engine. This is like an 80s Briggs & Stratton, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Engine seized up. I tried to spin the blade by hand. I couldn't get it to budge. I put a pipe on it, got it to break loose, but it's crunchy. We're going to call this engine no good. We'll get into that one later on. We have this right here, I think it's gonna be from the 60s. I don't know for a fact. Again, missing the original pull cover. That the one identifying piece that would, kind of give us a clue. One thing you want to notice on this, your gas tank mounting on a thing here, over on the side here, should be up in the front, in the side rather. So this is year unknown. Definitely an older mower. You got the handle and all that, but we're gonna get into that later. We're gonna get into both of these later. It's about freezing out here. But anyway, the third mower, we have a 1997 Murray. As you can see, the deck is rotted heavily. We're missing a wheel, missing an adjuster. They both fell right off at one point. We have what I believe to be the 4-horse Quattro Briggs & Stratton. This mower is definitely going to be stripped, but I have reason to believe this could be a good engine. So this video is going to be us taking this engine. We're going to make this thing run anyway, but we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're outside with the old Murray here. I threw the other two mowers in the shed for now, but as you can see, we are heavily rotted. This side over here totally gave way. This mower had been sitting outside for quite a while. I guess the other two were in a barn or something. This one totally sat outside. You could tell by some of the green moss all over the block and everything. This cover wasn't even on it when I got it. It was just sitting beside it, I guess. But throw that over here somewhere. But anyway, we're gonna see if this thing will actually do anything at all. Like I said, normally this would just be a stripper mower. Well, it's going to be, but I want to know if this engine runs. Being the Quattro, this is actually a pretty good vintage of this engine. So I'm going to set you on a stand here and go ahead and pop the air cleaner and give her a spray and see if she'll do anything at all for us. That's not good. Yeah, this thing's air filter's about fossilized. This thing's got the blade brake is stuck open, luckily for us. Thing's got a little compression, not much though. Not much at all, actually. But it still might be, where it's been sitting. Who knows? Give her a shot of spray here and see if she'll do do anything at all for us. Oh, that's, oh, all right. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. She's spitting carb cleaner right back out the carb. All right. All right. Alright, so there's that. I don't know if you guys could hear that or see it as good, but if you zoom in and watch when I'm first pulling it, it was spitting the carburetor cleaner right back out the carburetor. I can hear it firing, but yet it's not starting. What it's doing is popping back through the carburetor. I believe what we have here is a stuck intake valve. So we're gonna get this thing inside and get it on a stand and do a little investigating. Like I said, this isn't, you know, normally I wouldn't even bother with this, but I only own 2 of these Quattro engines, this being one of them. So if possible, I'm gonna save this one, but give me a second. As cold as it is out here, I'm gonna spray all the junk off this deck, put it on a stand, and we're gonna tear it apart, and we'll be right back in a minute. Luckily in the garage we have the heater going, so be a little better in there. So be back in a minute. All right guys, so we got this thing kind of cleaned off up on a stand. Really not a whole lot to look at. Anyway, first off, we're gonna pop this muffler. We're gonna get the valve cover gasket off of this thing. The valve cover rather, off of this, and take a look at what's going on with these valves. So give me a second here. Oh, by the way, this is a blade that come off of this thing. She's tweaked pretty good. So we're definitely gonna be taking a look at a flywheel key on this one. But for right now, that's really no, but I'll set you right there. Go ahead and pop these tabs off of the muffler. And get that out of the way. That's one thing I like about these Quattro blocks. They have, they're set up for either, you know, you could the screw-in muffler or this little setup here. So, alright, there's that. Let's pop the little tabs out of there. There we go. Let's hope these ones don't snap off. They could very well, but whatever. It is what it is. So we're going to take a 7/16, try and knock these things out. Hey, they both come out. Beautiful. All right. That's always a good thing. What do we got? Yeah, we got a nice rat's nest or whatever in there. All right, so there's going to be some 1/4-inch bolts holding this valve cover on, which I believe is right here. And you guys are probably wondering why on earth I'm sitting here messing with this rather than some of the other stuff. It's basically because I just want to get this out of the way. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully this thing won't snap on me. I think it just, yes it did. Alright, well. So one of our valve cover bolts just snapped. That's always a good thing. You could drill that out if need be. It's not the end of the world, but alright. There we go. Yeah, the valve cover, the gasket come out in one piece anyway. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. Just as I suspected. Let's see if this flashlight will actually... Come on. You want to watch your upper, yeah, of course, we're not going to be able to see it. All right, so down here is your exhaust valve. The upper one is your intake valve. And if I can do this, you're going to notice your intake valve is not moving. Give me a second here. We're gonna go from there with it. All right, guys. So I was playing around with that valve with a screwdriver a little bit, trying to move it and everything. It's not budging. I didn't think it would, but it's D-Day right here for this engine. We're gonna head and we're gonna pop the pull starter bolts off of it and see if they'll come out in one piece. Everything on this engine is so corroded. It's not even funny. I did pull a carburetor. The one bolt, it didn't snap or it didn't pull any threads or anything, but it was corroded heavily. So let's go ahead and try this real quick. We're just gonna hit it with an impact and see what happens. Get this pull cover off of here and see what goes on with it. Because you can't, obviously you can't lube these bolts because everything's on the inside. So let's see what happens. Oh, wrong socket. Where'd that go? There we go. Take a 3/8. Zap these things out. All right, 1, 2. Awesome. So far, so good. Hey, they all come out. All right, beautiful. This is what I like to see. Hey, we got a very rusty, crusty. Yeah, I'm gonna say she's been sitting quite a while. That's all right though. Let's go ahead and try and zap these cylinder head bolts out of here and see what we can get out of that. All right, so that 13. Give her a shot. Alright. I thought that one was going to get us. Not quite though. Alright, we'll set it right there. Alright, I think everything come out of there. Not bad. Heavily corroded though. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna say she's been sitting for quite some time here. But as I said, you watch your intake valve. It's not doing a single thing. So that is our problem. Oil on this thing is black as can be. I got quite a bit of oil up here. The oil in this engine was black as tar to begin with, so that's, you know, that doesn't surprise me a bit. I'm sure the rings are probably stuck and everything. All right, and we do have the dished valves. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of them. We're gonna put some flat heads in this one. We're gonna give this engine a fighting chance. You know, let's try it. What do we got to lose at this point? I didn't mention it in the beginning of the video. All three of these mowers, I paid 20 bucks for all three of them. So I'm not, you know, we're not breaking a bank on this thing. Let's hear this engine run. So give me a second. I'm gonna gather some pieces, and then we're gonna get back. We're gonna unstick this valve, get it out of here, put the right valves in this engine, and then we're gonna make it run. So I'll be right back. Well, guys, we got some updates, and unfortunately they are not good. So I messed with that valve. I had it moving a little bit, not much at all. I was hoping, but it wasn't working out for me. So I started tearing more down apart. The air vane bolt snapped off in the block. I got enough here. I may be able to actually heat this up a little bit, put some vice grips on it and get that out. Not sure on that. The flywheel key isn't quite sheared, but it's definitely moved over a little bit. That would have run like that, but you know, whatever. But the worst part about this whole thing, of course, it's working a little bit. You look in there, look at that valve. This thing is it's just crusted beyond belief. I did have it moving a little bit. It just not enough to do anything, but I had it moving some, so I tried to do it by the engine. And if you want to listen, hear that clicking? That's the camshaft staying put while the crank is actually spinning. So unfortunately what I did is I knocked this motor out of time internally by doing that. So I kind of screwed it up pretty good there. So now basically this video is going to end like this with a non-running engine. I'd love to have every video running, you know, with a running engine, but this just isn't happening. So for right now, I'm on a fence. What I should do is strip a couple parts off this mower and just send it, obviously. But what I want to do is take the engine off the deck, put the engine and all its parts in a box, let that stuff soak a little more, and then, you know, go internal. You know, we could replace the camshaft. I got a dozen of them here, so that's not a problem. You know, is it all worth it? No, it is not. It's just a matter of me wanting to hear an engine run. So I don't know what's going to happen with this one. So, but that's going to be the end of this video. You know, it's a disappointment, but it is what it is. Up next, we're going to get that red mower from the 60s in here. That mower still spins over pretty good, and I think it's going to run. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Am I a lunatic for even trying to do more work on this engine, or should I just, you know, be committed to some small engine asylum or something? I don't know. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed at least my diagnosis anyway, and we'll see you on the next one.